And here on our news from Times Tabloid, it states here, long-term Bitcoin trader, XRP holders are about to print generational wealth. So, could a sudden move this June make XRP holders rich for generations? What if the current market bloodbath is actually the greatest wealth transfer of our lifetime in disguise? While casual traders are panic selling their portfolios and watching the market bleed, one of the most respected long-term Bitcoin traders in the space has just dropped a bombshell prediction that is sending shock waves through the entire crypto community. We are halfway through this June 2026, and the crypto market is facing brutal liquidations. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are dropping like rocks, while XRP itself has taken a massive hit, tumbling down from its June opening price of $1.33 all the way down to a low of $1.10, wiping out a staggering $8 billion in market value in just a matter of days. But right in the middle of this chaos, an elite trader known as Altcoin Facts right here went on X to make a bold claim. They stated that despite this ugly drop, XRP holders are actually on the verge of printing absolute generational wealth. So in this video, we are breaking down the exact drivers behind this prediction, the hidden institutional catalyst playing out in Japan, and why the crowd's heavy skepticism might be the ultimate sign that a massive market turn is closer than anyone thinks. Right? So let's start with our very first question about why is a veteran Bitcoin trader betting so big on XRP right now? When someone who has successfully traded Bitcoin for years suddenly points at XRP and talks about generational wealth, you have to stop and pay attention. Altcoin Facts right here isn't looking at daily price wiggles. They are tracking the macro movement of capital across the entire digital asset space. So, as a market observer, I find this incredibly telling. Usually, Bitcoin maximalists look down on altcoins, especially XRP. But when a veteran trader pivots their focus, it tells me that the underlying market mechanics are shifting. June has been undeniably rough, with XRP shedding roughly 7% in its first 3 days and hitting its lowest point of 2026. But if you zoom out, XRP has actually shown remarkable strength by falling significantly less than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana during this flush out. So to me, this relative strength is a massive green flag showing that the selling pressure is exhausting. Right? Now, our next question is, are global institutions secretly preparing the launch pod? The bullish case presented on X isn't just based on blind hope. Community members quickly back up the trader's claim by pointing out real-world financial shifts that are happening completely outside of the retail hype bubble. The real catalyst that everyone is missing is the reverse carry trade and the massive moves being made by the SBI remit in Japan. SBI remit is a giant banking entity, and their heavy utilization of XRP for cross-border infrastructure is a massive signal of structural institutional adoption. While everyday retail investors are staring at a temporary price tag of $1.15, global private businesses and legislative frameworks are quietly building a pipeline for international liquidity. So, in my opinion, this accumulation phase is like a high-speed train pulling its passengers at the station before the doors close. Once the global rules again, the general public won't even realize what hit them. All right? Now, is the extreme skepticism from the crowd a secret buy signal? Of course, a post this bold is going to attract a lot of angry and skeptical comments. The crypto community in X did not hold back, with many users openly mocking the idea that wealth is coming very soon. Right? One member took direct aim at the phrase very soon. Honestly, I love seeing this level of skepticism. One joker joked that if they had $1 for every time someone promised wealth soon, they'd already be rich. Others are pushing the timeline out drastically, claiming real wealth won't happen until the year of 2030, or even humorously suggesting that the year 2145. But as a seasoned market observer, I know the maximum financial opportunity always presents itself exactly when public confidence is completely on the floor. When the crowd is laughing, mocking, and frustrated by a 17% drop, that is historically when the bottom forms. The fact that the core believers are looking at this $1.15 price level as a premier discount to scoop up more tokens shows that the conviction in this asset is completely unbreakable. Right? Now, what is the ultimate truth behind the June market shakeout? To understand where we are going next, we have to look at how sentiment and data are clashing in real time. What stands out to me the most about this entire situation is how little this aggressive price drop has shaken the core supporters of the XRP ledger. For almost any other assets in the world, losing $8 billion in market cap in a single week would cause an absolute panic and a total collapse of the community. But for XRP, it seems to have done the exact opposite. It has reinforced the bullish outlook. Smart money understands that market makers love to hunt liquidity and force weak hands out of their position right before a major structural macro expansion. So we are seeing a classic transfer of tokens from impatient traders to patient long-term institutions. All right. As an overall conclusion, when we weigh the current market realities against the bold projections of veteran traders, a very clear picture begins to emerge. XRP's tough June performance is undoubtedly testing the patience of retail investors, but the underlying data tells a completely different story. The asset's resilience against the broader market crash, combined with a massive institutional rails like SBI Remit, proves that the utility framework is fully intact. While the internet trolls debate whether wealth will take until 2030 or the next century, the structural setup is moving much faster. The extreme skepticism we are witnessing right now is the exact psychological environment required for a major market reversal. So pay attention to the builders, watch the institutional accumulation, and do not let a temporary market shakeout distract you from the bigger picture. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching and see ya on the next one. Or you might just as well check this next recommended video right here.